Hey, Shalom Ahchyam, this is Ahchyam from GMS London, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Hakwadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful elect, pushing this truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video. I'm going to entitle this one, May the Lord be with you, brothers, with you, Ahchyam, out there in Jamaica right now. We know there's some, a serious storm is making its way, or is in Jamaica right now, and we wish you brothers, that out there, be safe, and the Lord be with you and protect you, and keep you safe from the evils the Lord is bringing upon that place, man. Because we all know it's the Lord's doing, right? The Lord is the one bringing these, these evils and destructions upon, these places in the earth, right? And Jamaica is, it's a wicked place, man. Our people, Benjamin out there, okay, is hella wicked, man. And yeah, judgment and destruction does need to come upon Jamaica, man, and the Benjamites there, man. But Lord willing, the Lord keeps the brotherhood safe. The Lord's elect. Lord willing, he keeps you safe from all of that, man. So I just want to go into some scriptures, to exhort and uh, send some love and confidence, in the Lord, man. But at the same time, judgment must come upon, like I said, these Jake out there in Jamaica and the Caribbeans and all that, man, because there's a lot of wickedness goes on over there, man. And then brothers out there in Jamaica will tell you firsthand, all the shit that goes down that, out there, but heavy judgment needs to come upon that place, man. All right. But we believe in Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai. He gonna protect his men, he's elect out there. All right. And so, our wishes are with you, brothers. May you all be safe. But yeah, Hurricane Melissa, okay, is what they're calling it, right? It says it could be the strongest to ever hit Jamaica, right? World's strongest storm of 2025. So it says Jamaica is bracing for the strongest storm of the year, with U.S. meteorologists warn of catastrophic and life-threatening winds, flooding, and storm surge. With wind speeds up to 175 miles per hour, Hurricane Melissa is a Category 5 storm. The maximum strength is expected to make landfall on the Caribbean island in the early hours of Tuesday. We're in the UK. So it's Monday currently here in the UK. I suppose it's still Monday over there too. Yeah, I think. Right, but it's turning up soon, right? The storm has already been blamed for the deaths of 4 people in Haiti and Dominican Republic. Okay, more islands of Jake, obviously. You got what is it? Simeon and Levi. The tribes of Simeon and Levi down there, right? Dominican Republic, the Simeonites, right? And Haiti, with the Haitians, Levites, right? In their bulks, right? So yeah, the Most High is bringing judgment against these people, man. As he does, because not all these people are, or the majority of these people ain't right. Okay, so judgment still needs to come upon, his house. All right. So the Lord, brought another storm upon them. Now whether you want to, reason that, oh, maybe Esau did it with the harp and that, well, however it's done, the Most High is still the one that sanctioned it, okay, and sent it ultimately, right? So I've heard, I've seen things, and people say, oh, these men are using harp technology and all this kind of stuff to do this and do that. Yeah, and yeah, Esau's out here, with his technology doing what he does, but the Most High is still the one that is giving the order, so to speak. All right, causing these things to happen. All right. So the storm has already been blamed for the deaths of 4 people in Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Meteorologists warn that Melissa's slow pace means it is set to dump torrential rain on affected areas for longer, increasing the risk of deadly flooding and landslides. All right. The latest data from the US-based National Hurricane Center shows that in terms of maximum wind and low central pressure, Melissa is the world's strongest storm so far this year. All right. It said Melissa was currently about 145 miles southwest of capital Kingston, it was moving west northwest at just 3 miles per hour. All right. The Jamaican government has ordered evacuations for parts of Kingston, and the entire island has been classified as threatened. Right, because the big ass fucking big ass hurricane, man. It's huge, right? I believe, the whole island, is gonna be engulfed by it, right? Let's see. It was Evadne Campbell, a Londoner, currently visiting her family on Jamaica's north coast, told the BBC, "The house that I am in is hurricane proof." Well, we're gonna find out, right? Because if you, the most I want to get you, you're gonna get got. You don't care. It don't matter how much you think your house is foolproof, hurricane proof, or whatever, man. It is built with blocks and steel from top to bottom, and is filled with concrete. Because people, man, take confidence in these types of things, right? Not knowing how the Most High really works. So we're checking on neighbors to see if they're okay. I'm worried about people who live on the lowlands in parts of the southeast. Many do not want to leave their homes as they are worried about looting their houses. All right. Okay, it's due to strengthen. All right, so that's pretty much the gist of what's going on right now, or about to happen over there. Yeah, so then we just bring out some scriptures, man. All right, this is Amos chapter 3, verse 6. It says, "Shall the trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid?" Right, it's a tense time over there right now, man. People are already fearing for their lives and their livelihoods, their houses and all that kind of stuff. Right, people, are praying, most likely, man, that they're gonna survive all this, man. I know the brothers, sending up their prayers to Ahchyam, Shy, to protect them, right? But you're gonna have all these other fucking, Jake, calling upon Jesus and all kinds of things, right? All different things to try and protect them from this hurricane. A lot of them are gonna get taken away, right? A lot of them are gonna get taken away, man, right? Because the Most High is sending judgment upon that place. Like I mentioned, a whole lot of wickedness goes down on those islands, man. Right? So shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord have not done it? Right? The Lord is only behind all evil that befalls a place. Right? Wherever evil happens anywhere on the earth, right? The Most High is behind it. Okay, whether you want to blame Esau, whatever, the Most High is behind it. Right? The Most High is sending judgment to these different places, whether it be earthquake, hurricane, whatever the case may be, volcano eruption, whatever. Right? The Most High is the one making these things happen, or consent, giving the orders for it to happen, right? And we take great comfort in this because if we know the Most High is in control of all these things, and it's the Most High doing it, right? And the Most High is really only out here to get the wicked. Then as long as we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, it's no real threat to us, man. It's not for our destruction necessarily, right? Yeah, you're gonna have to go through hard times and some hardships and that when these things happen. That's part of the part of the enduring, and the chastising that we must face. But these events are not really for us, right? Not really for us. And if it does happen that certain brothers that die in the faith, man, it's just their time, to be taken out, to finish their work, basically. All right. But yeah, we take great comfort in knowing that the Most High is basically the one behind it all, right? And that these things are really for the wicked in their masses, right, to be destroyed, right? This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 39. Let me start from verse 28. So there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force, right? And appease the wrath of him that made them, right? So we've got spirits and things that are doing the work of the Lord, you know, in the on the heavenly side of things, man, the angels and that kind of stuff, right? You know, getting shit done, right? And you know, that's their sole purpose, you know, what they're created for, right? In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction, right? Punishing the wicked to destruction, right? The Lord's elect, you know, is not really openly affected by, you know, these things, because they're not made for those things. It's not made for the righteous, right? The Lord's elect, man, they're you know, protected from these things, you know. When the Most High send these types of things through. Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 28. I'm reading from the top, right? This is concerning the tribe of Ephraim, right? In this specific verse, or this specific chapter, right? But you know, you could apply this to any of the tribes, man, because all the tribes are acting wicked, man. All the tribes are, you know, into idol worship and all kind of, you know, all kind of folly, man. And so, you know, this could apply to any of the tribes, really, right? But I'm gonna read this. It says, "Woe to the crown of pride, to the drunkards of Ephraim, whose glorious beauty is a fading flower, which are on the head of that fat valleys of them that are overcome with wine. Behold, the Lord have a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hell and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. The crown of pride, the drunkards of Ephraim shall be trodden under feet." Right, and as I say, you know, all of our people, man, are acting, you know, are acting wicked, man. Mosai is you know, has a grudge against you, man. He got to do something to you, man. Okay, you all caught up in this folly, right? Because you know Benjamin on the eyes, man. They nothing but folly demons, man. You know, all they could do is party and twerk and just do some, you know, all kind of manner of stupidness, right? But you know, the Mosai, you know, is sending things against them, right? Just like here in, you know, against the tribe of Ephraim. So, and the glorious beauty which is on the head of the fat valley shall be a fading flower, and as the hasty fruit before the summer, which when he that looketh upon it seeth, while it is yet in the hand in his hand, he eateth it up. And in that day shall the Lord of hosts be a crown for glory and for a diadem of beauty unto the residue of his people. I think I was wanting the verse 4 here. I think, or what was the point? Let me read on actually. Right, so verse 6, and for a spirit of judgment to him that sitteth in the judgment, and for strength to him that turn the battle to the gate. But they also have erred through wine, right? And then this wine that we're erring through is you know, these philosophies, man, these false doctrines that, you know, we believe in and go after. And I say we, I mean, you know, as a people in general, right? And through strong drink are out of the way. The priest and the prophet have erred through strong drink. They are swallowed up of wine. They are out of the way through strong drink. They err in vision. They stumble in judgment. For all tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no clean place. Sorry, no place clean. All right. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little and here and there a little, right? What he what Volker calls Hebrew hopscotch, right? But that's how you get understanding, by linking up the precepts, right? For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people. To whom he said, "This is the rest whereof ye may cause that weary to rest, and this is the refreshing, yet they would not hear." Right. So, like I said, you got the brothers out there, you know, been teaching out there for years now, right? And you know, again, just like here, just like everywhere else in the world, the majority of people don't want to hear us, man. All right, we're trying to turn them away from, you know, the folly that they're on, so that they may be preserved, right? So they don't, you know, get caught up in the Lord's judgment, because, you know, basically that's what we're out here for. We're out here for really to fish for the elect, right? To help wake them up, so that they don't receive of the Lord's judgment. But for the most part, the majority of these people are not going to hear us, right? Because they're not made to hear us, right? And so they're going to be caught up in the judgment, right? But they can't say, they were never told. There's brothers out there. There's brothers out there, man. Let's start on that one. So this is Jeremiah 5 verse 26, right? It says, "For among my people are found wicked men," right? So yeah, we're the Lord's chosen people. Yeah, we're the righteous, right, as a people. But among our people, there are wicked men, and that is the majority of our people. In all fairness, right? That's why the electorate is such a small number, right? It's such a small number in comparison to the whole nation, right? But we are the Lord's chosen people. But the majority of our people, needs to get receive the judgment, man. All right? It's only the Lord's elect that are gonna, get through it all, And that's it. If you're of the Lord's elect, man, you're gonna go through and get through all kinds of trials and tribulations, all kinds of disasters. We read about these things happening to men of the Lord, disasters and tribulation and all that kind of stuff, right? And the Lord is always with them, even though it's tough. The Lord has always been with them, right, to get them through it. And that's what we all keep in our minds when we go through shit. Let's see. Right, so for among my people I found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men. As a cage is full of birds, it's full of birds. So are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxen rich. Right? Yea, they are waxen fat. They shine. Yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause, not the cause of the fatherless. Yet they prosper, and the right of the needy they do not judge. Shall I not visit for these things? Right? And this, these storms and stuff like that is a way of the Most High visiting your iniquities. Right? Shall I not visit for these things, saith the Lord Yahweh? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? Wonderful and horrible things committed in the land. The prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means. And my people love to have it so. And what will you do in the end thereof, right? Because what are you going to do in the time of judgment, right? And so our people have been stuck on folly and believing in idols and false prophets and all kinds of things, right? So what are you going to do in the end? None of that's going to protect you. Only Yahweh Bashem Yahushai can protect you, right? Which is what the brothers out there, in Jamaica and the islands, and that's what they've been doing, right? They've been trying to teach you the Lord, trying to teach you His Son, trying to teach you these scriptures, right? But for the most part, it goes unheard. They don't want to hear it. They'd rather listen to these false cats out here, man. All right. So check something quick. Yeah. It's Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 17. Also, I set watchmen over you, saying, "Hearken to the sound of the trumpet." But they said, "We will not. We will not hearken." Therefore, hear ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it. Okay, so you people are rejecting, the brothers out there and their teachers, man. But they're going to be rewarded for their teachings. And I said, when this storm hits, man, the Lord is going to be with them, right? But a lot of people are going to be taken out by this, by this storm, man. This is Jeremiah 7, verse 20. It says, "Therefore thus said Lord Yahweh, behold, my anger and my fury shall be poured out upon this place, upon man and upon beast, and upon the trees of the field, and upon the fruit of the ground, and it shall burn and shall not be quenched." Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, put your burnt offerings unto your sacrifices, and eat flesh. For I spake not unto your fathers, nor commanded them in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices. But this thing commanded I them, saying, Obey my voice, and I will be your God, and ye shall be my people, and walk ye in all the ways that I have commanded you, that it may be well unto you. But they hearkened not, nor inclined their ear, but walked in the counsel and imagination of their evil heart, and went backward and not forward. Right? Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt unto this day, I have sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. Right? Yet they hearkened not unto me, nor inclined their ear, but hardened their neck. They did worse than their fathers. All right. So, like I said, you rejecting this word that the brothers out there that are teaching, it's just making shit worse for yourself, man. And this is why all these terrible things, keep happening. Because you refuse to hear. You refuse to hear them in the Lord, But like I said, a lot of wickedness goes on down there, man. And so, these judgments were always bound to happen, But let me get this from 2 Ezra chapter 16 now, right? It says, Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord Yahweh. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Right? So yeah, it's trouble coming to Jamaica right now. Hey, but we take confidence and faith that the Lord will protect, his men out there, to protect the elect, the brothers out there, right? The Lord will deliver them from these troubles. Okay. Verse 75, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for God is your guide. Right? And the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord God Yahweh. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift themselves up. Okay? But that's the point. The Lord is with his men. Right? The Lord is going to protect them. Okay? This is Proverbs 18 and 10 said, the name of the Lord Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. Right? Because we're the only ones really that have the name of the Heavenly Father, okay, and his Son. Right? We know who the power is, okay, of all existence. Okay, we know who to call upon. We know who to call on for protection and safety. Right? There is no other God. Right? So, like I said, we take great confidence in that he can, protect us. And because really what it is not like, it's not something out of his control that he needs to protect us from. All it is his exoneration, basically his mercy, right? To have mercy upon us, man, not to get caught up in that. That's all it really is. It's not that he has to protect us from something that's happening. No, he's the one making it happen. Okay, you just need to, needs to be on his and not to be on his naughty list, so to speak, right? We beg for his mercy, we pray for his mercy, But like I said, the Lord will always have mercy on his elect, But we know who to call upon, man, to beg for that mercy, right? To pray for safety, right? And so when I was thinking about, what was going down in, over in Jamaica, man, it made me think about this, right? Because, it's the same kind of thing during the Passover. We knew death was going to come through kind of thing. We knew something bad was going to happen that night, right? And, we got told to put the blood on the doorposts, right? I'm going to read it. I'm just going to read it. But, we took faith in that when the Lord, sent the angel of death, which was Yahushai, okay, that the Lord wouldn't come through your house, our houses, but it went through the rest of the Egyptians, right? And it's the same thing. The Lord, when all that storm that comes through, will pass over you, brothers, man. All right. So let me just read this from Exodus 12. I'm gonna start from 22, right? And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the two side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until morning. For the Lord Jehovah will pass through to smite the Egyptians, right? And when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and upon the two side posts, the Lord will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you, right? And not that brothers have to do this, but like the Lord knows who his elect are, right? Because we're brothers is sealed, with a heavenly seal in their foreheads, right? So the angels ain't gonna come and destroy the Lord's elect, right? So, but it's gonna run through and take who it needs to take. Okay. So it just kind of made me think about that, because I say that whole hurricane is gonna overtake the whole island of Jamaica pretty much, right? So, it's gonna pass over some brothers. He's gonna pass over the brothers, man, right? And take the wicked. It's gonna take those that need to be taken. It's Psalms 34, verse 15, right? It says that the eyes of the Lord upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry. Right. So like I said, brothers, brothers over here, brothers over there, we're gonna put up our prayers to have been putting up their prayers, right, for your safety, and the Lord will hear our cries, man, right? So again, the eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry, right? The face of the Lord is against them that do evil. That's who the Lord's really against, right? To cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, right? So we know, being a part of this thing, we're going to face, afflictions. We have to go through shit, right? So many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. He keepeth all his bones, not one of them is broken. Evil shall slay the wicked. Right, this storm is an evil thing, right? It's a bad time. That's what the word evil means, a bad time, right? Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. The Lord redeemeth the soul of his servants, and none of them that trust in him shall be desolate. All right, that's what the Lord, does for his elect, man. Okay, and I've got one more. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3, verse 1, right? But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. But they're going from us to be out of destruction, but they are in peace, right? Because they were delivered. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. And having been a little chastised, they be greatly rewarded. For God proved them, and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace have he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and shall be as faithful in love, and such as being faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he have care for his elect. Right? The Lord always have care for his elect, man. Right? But it says, but the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which they have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. For whoso despises wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain. Their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. All right. So that's what I'm going to get out of this, right? So like I said, man, Lord willing, you brothers are safe. You're going to be safe, right? And, the Lord got, do what he got to do to the the wicked of our people, man. It's all part and parcel at the end of the day, right? But yeah, pray you brothers are safe, man. So yeah, all praises to Yahweh, Ahchyam, Yahweh Shai, Hashem Rakak Kodash. Again, double honors unto the elders, the apostles, GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful elect, pushing its truth in all sincerity, man. Till next time, I say Shalom.